Okay. What the world needs now is love. So today, I want to talk about this word need. Need. So I'm going to ask some questions, which I'm just going to ask you, what do you need right now? You know, what in life do you need right now? So I'm actually going to ask that question. So, like, what do you need right now in your life?
Community, connection.
Life, no. Hold on 1 second. You got it, Don?
Testing.
There you go.
Community, connection.
Okay, great. Community, connection. What do you need, Nick?
Love.
That's impossible because tree's right next to you. Yes. So what do you need? So that's kind of, so what do you need, Peter?
Time.
Time. Okay, that's good. No, don't turn away from me. If you turn away, I will definitely ask you the question. So what do you need?
I need to get busy.
Okay, I need to get busy. I like that. That's a good answer. Great. Let's come over here and see what we got. Tell us what you need.
Family.
Say it again.
Family.
Family. Do you not have a family?
No.
Yes, you do. Okay, good. What do you need?
Possibility.
I thought you were going to say pasta. As soon as she said pasta, I was like, cool. Okay, possibility. Okay, good. Okay, what do you need here, Mr. Sherman?
Joy.
Joy. Do you not have joy?
You can always use more.
Okay, good answer. And you, Eric?
More joy.
Oh, good. I'll have what he's having. Okay, let's do one more. Here we go. What do you need?
I need to be here every Sunday.
Y'all need that, but I love that she took the mic from me. That's power. So Jose, stand up for a second. Well, we just gave you a book. You got to do something for it. So let me come down here. Okay. So what do you need in life?
Me, myself, I need oxygen to breathe.
It's a little bit too smart, the room. Like basics, what do you need? You need oxygen to live. That's a good point.
I need food, I need shelter, I need love, I need family, I need community. And communion.
Communion. Okay, good. That's later in the service. Okay, so no, it's not. So the word I want to really look at today is need. And I'm going to ask you, since I didn't get to all of you, to ask yourself right now, what do you need? What do you need in life? Because I want to turn this around today, because I think something's going on that may be blocking our good, that may be blocking our flow, maybe blocking our ability to create and demonstrate what we want in life. You know, I was with someone recently, and he talked about how so many people are coming from lack, that there's so much lack in the world. And lack, by the way, is the exact opposite of need. No, not the opposite, is a synonym for need. Need is the provocateur of lack, and lack is the provocateur of need. So, big word, thank you. Who said that? Did you just say that, really? Do I not talk like this at home? Could you imagine? Darling, what are you provocateuring today? Yes. So, I don't even say darling. So this word need. So I want to give you, the title of my talk today is, It's Not a Matter of Need. We have got to find a way to stop being needy. Stop needing so much and understanding a different concept when it comes to what Jose, I'll use the word need right now because I don't want to give away my word. Breathe, oxygen. Do I really need oxygen? Is there anything in my consciousness that walks around during the day saying and stating and understanding that I need oxygen? When do I need oxygen? Well, you know, since we're talking about the fires, when you can't breathe, when you are somewhere, suddenly oxygen becomes a need something in you. Why? Because you feel like you don't have it. So that's the concept of need I want to talk about today. So Ernest Holmes said this. He said, the limit of our ability to demonstrate depends upon our ability to provide a mental equivalent of our desires. The limit of our ability to demonstrate. Does everybody here want to demonstrate in their life? Let me just see if I have an audience that you all want to demonstrate, right? Meaning you want to know that what you desire shows up. Bless you, right? What you desire shows up. Why? Because you desire it. Not because you're worthy of it. Not because some entity out there gave you permission to do it. Not because it was gifted to you. Because you desire it. Your desires are met. So he says, the limit of our ability to demonstrate depends upon our ability to provide a mental equivalent. What's the name of that book I just gave you? The mental equivalent. A mental equivalent of our desires. For the law of correspondence, everybody say that. Law of correspondence. I don't do a lot of teaching on Sundays, but today's a little bit of that. So the law of correspondence. There are so many laws. If you're in the practitioner class, you know. We even have a class where you have to come up with all the laws there are. And it's really frustrating. But the law of correspondence is a big one, and we don't really give it enough stage time. So the law of correspondence works from the belief to the thing. The law of correspondence works from the belief to the thing. So if we look at the law of correspondence in terms of need, if my consciousness is in a state of need, there's my belief, what's going to show up? A life of needing. I'm going to have a life of needing. I'm going to have a life of constantly seeing lack. I'm going to be needing more and more and more to make myself feel okay, like I'm whole again. So if we're going to go from the belief to the thing in order to demonstrate, what belief do we really want here? It's not a matter of need. Y'all get following this? Yeah. So, and I know a lot of people say, well, wait, what about that thing, my needs are always fulfilled? Well, yeah, they are, but we're going to get rid of the word need there. Everything you need is fulfilled. We say it all the time to ourselves. My needs are fulfilled, but the truth is, who you are is already fully orbed, needing nothing. You just have to live from that place, from that understanding. So, the ancient mystics taught this, and I love this. There are always two things going on in life: what we seem to be and what we really are. Just think about that for a minute. So there's always two things going on: who we think we are and who we really are. What seems to be happening and what is really happening. Ernest Holmes came along in 1927 when he wrote that book. And I believe he wrote that book in an effort to try to clear it up, this idea of the relative and the absolute. What was great was that by the time he wrote the book and taught it, and they taught it for years, by the time he got to the end of his life, he said, oh, wait a minute. What I really mean to say is this: there's no such thing as the relative and the absolute. There's just the absolute. There's just God. There's just good. There's just this energy. There's just this amazing energy that we all are, and we get to choose what level we want to live it at. So I get to live God up here. I get to live God down here. My choice. There's no relative and absolute. There's just the absolute at whatever level we choose to live at. So Ernest Holmes goes on to say, as we contact this higher principle in our own lives, meaning this higher understanding, I can live up here in the consciousness of truth, he says, which is perfect and complete, needing nothing, wanting nothing, knowing everything, being happy and satisfied, as we daily meditate upon this indwelling God, this consciousness, this understanding, we shall acquire the greater mental equivalent. That's really what we're doing here on Sundays. We're here to bring our mental equivalence to a place where we can walk around and speak our truth, and it is done. No. There you go, right? So need, let's get back to need for a minute. So need points to lack. Need points to something is missing. If I need this, something is missing. Now, this is not going to be an easy, quick shift for you, because you're going to hear yourself say need. But I unfortunately, you're going to blame me. But from now on, when you hear yourself say the word need, you're going to remember me. You are, and you're going to go, damn him. Because I'm doing that myself. I hear myself say need, and I'm like, no, it's not need. So I have this wonderful story. How many of you know who Dr. David Walker is? Okay, so Dr. David Walker, was my teacher of religious science, my only teacher. I started out with him when I was an actor in Los Angeles. When I came here to do a show, I went to hear him speak, and that was it. Changed the whole trajectory of my life. He didn't. I changed the trajectory of my life based on what I heard. And he told this story once that has stuck with me forever. And it was this story about when he was a young actor. He was a young singer in Los Angeles, and he went to a very rich person's home for tea or lunch or something. And he said he felt very out of sorts. He didn't know which spoon, which fork to pick up. And he said he was sitting at the table, and the woman said to him, "Do you require cream in your coffee?" And as he's telling the story, anybody remember this story? Oh, Kevin, of course. Yeah. So, do you require cream in your coffee? And when he tells the story, he's like, and I sat there going, require? Do I require cream? I don't know. Do I require? And he said, and it was just this long silence, and she finally said, "Do you require cream in your coffee?" And he says, well, and she goes, "Let me ask you this. Will you drink coffee without cream in it?" And he said, "Oh, no." She said, "Then you require cream in your coffee." And he said, "I spent the whole day saying, oh my God, how many other things do I require in life?" And it was really smart how he brought this whole thing around in a science of mind sense, because he realized he didn't need cream to make the coffee better. He actually required it, or else he didn't want it. So there's this beautiful word, require. What do you require in your life? You require oxygen. I require oxygen in order to breathe. Now I don't have to think about it anymore. I require oxygen. That's just a given. I also happen to require money. Anybody else? Right? But no, we think we need money, focus on lack, and suddenly there's this huge chasm between money and me because I need it. However, I require it. I can't live life without money. I don't live life without money. Is anyone here living life without any money whatsoever? You are funny. It's because you have a rich father. Anyway, trust me, I know. So isn't this an interesting concept? So from now on, do you need it? No. Do you require it?
Yes.
Depending. So now I'm going to ask you, what do you require? And now I have a really funny story. So we had friends over our house last night, and we were talking about Christmas, because this comes back to Christmas. What do you require from Christmas? What do you require for gifts? What do you need? So we're sitting talking, and this friend of mine said, talking about his vacuum, about how horrible his vacuum is. And I knew because I had stayed there this summer. It's the house I stayed in this summer where I borrowed all their clothes during the summer. In fact, he had a shirt on, and I went, "I never saw that in your closet." And he said, "I had it with me." I said, "Oh, too bad, because it would have made an impression." So they're talking about a vacuum. He says, "We need a new vacuum." I said, "Yeah, you really do. It's terrible. I had to bring my vacuum to your house to vacuum." And I turned to his husband, and I said, "You should buy him a vacuum for Christmas." At which point, Chuck was like, "Absolutely not." He says, "Do you know what happens when people start buying vacuums for each other for Christmas? The marriage is gone." He said, "I don't want what I need for Christmas. I want those things that I desire for Christmas." And I'll say that I require for Christmas. I require a weekend at Burke Williams. I actually need it. I maybe don't need it, but I require it. So now let me ask you a question. Lisa, stand up. Tell the whole room what you require. Wait, hold on. She has to do this every week in prac class. Go ahead. What do you require?
Peace in my life.
Do you need it?
No, I require it
You require it. Why do you require it?
because it makes everything else easier.
Peace in my life. Okay, now I'm going to tell you why you also require it. You ready? Here's the real key to this whole talk today. You ready? What? Say
I
it.
said I required it. I said I didn't need it, but I require it.
Say that again that way.
Okay, I
See how-
require peace.
You don't.
I don't need.
See how your face gets when you say
I
need?
require it.
She's like going, I don't need it.
Right.
Right.
I'm
So
trying to
even your
use
face
your
is a dead
words.
giveaway. No, you're perfect. You know why you require peace in your life? Because it's who you are. The things that we require are actually the truth of our being. You can sit down now.
Thank you.
We'll talk in class. So the things we require because it's who we are. I require prosperity because it's who I am. When I need it, I think I'm not it. I think it's out here and I have to go get it or somehow be equal to it. Well, guess what? You're equal to whatever life you are living right now. Whatever that is, you are equal to it. You have the mental equivalent right now of the life you're living. I joked about Jose and Scott. Jose being an old member of the center, they're a couple. And I can only tell you that when I say you are a couple, you knew that, right? Okay, good. I can only tell you that when I look at the two of them, we don't see them a lot because they're constantly traveling. Where did you just come from? Vietnam, Cambodia. They say that like Vietnam, Cambodia. Like I would say Studio City, Toluca Lake. Right? They are equal to the lives they've created so far. And I look at them all the time and I think, there it is. There's the mental equivalent. That's what it's all about. When you're equal to the life you want to live, all you have to do to be equal to it is to remember who you are. That's what it is. I require a life of ease. I require a peaceful life. I require a loving marriage. I require an exciting, passionate marriage. I require all of this. Why? Because I'm passion. Because I am excitement. Because I am love. Because I am peaceful. Because I am prosperous. Because I am creative. So if you want something amazingly creative in your life, back it up to, it's who you are, now be it. Not try to go get it. Don't need it, require it. Right? So if you're thinking of buying your husband, wife, or spouse a vacuum for Christmas, I am here to tell you, you may want to rethink that choice. Right? That's funny. You better not have bought me a vacuum. Yes.
I bought her a vacuum for her first Christmas. She said, don't ever do that again.
And Glenda, have you gotten any gifts like that again? Never. That's how the universe shows up. You tell the universe, if it happens to be your husband, that's the universe. You tell the universe what you require. And the universe answers. That's this whole teaching. It's that simple. I've been doing this for 15 years. I've said the same thing every single Sunday in a different, unique, fabulous way. But literally, it's all we're teaching. Speak your truth by knowing who you are. When you know who you are, you get what you want. And not even what you want, because that's another word. That's probably going to be another whole talk. It's not about wanting, or needing. It's about requiring. I require this. I just love, I remember that day when David was talking, Dr. David was talking, and I just heard that. And it's always, Kevin and I always laugh because every now and then we'll say, do you require this? And the answer is yes, whatever it is. So as you go through this holiday season, One of the things that I think stresses us out about Christmas is that we think we need to do Christmas right. We need to get the perfect presents. We need to. I remember one year I was doing 42nd Street, and we were on tour, and everybody's getting all crazy about buying presents for the cast. And the great actress Dolores Gray was, I played opposite her in the show, and we became really good friends. But that Christmas I decided I just didn't want to be a part of the whole craziness. So I decided to get what was it? It was like a document that says I adopted a little village in Africa. And I just had these beautiful little cards made up, and I gave them out. I got in early and put them all on the tables, and I got there. She's going to turn in her grave that I'm telling this story. And I hear from the end of the hallway where her dressing room was, she goes, "What?" And she, boom, 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 down to my dressing room. She goes, "Are you telling me that this is my Christmas gift? A village in Africa?" And I was like, "Well, it's not just yours. I gave it to the whole company." She goes, "Oh, the whole company's getting this." And I was like, "Yeah, that's what I want to do." And she was just like, "Well, I'm sending the gift I bought you to Africa." And she walks back to her dressing room. And I remember just sitting there in Boston going, "Is she serious?" Because I was like 29 at the time. And I was like, "Wow, okay." And then I went down to her dressing room to apologize, and she's there laughing her butt off. And she said, "No, I think it's a beautiful gift." I'm still wondering how much of that was like rethinking it. Yeah. So, in terms of this holiday season, you don't need to do Christmas right. What you require is a beautiful expression of this divine love that we're all sharing. You require an amazing holiday. You require time to be peaceful. Meditation this morning, Audrey, was spectacular. Yes. However you did it, or however your whole demeanor up here, I just sat back there and you allowed me, and I sat there going, I should really sit alone like this with Audrey as much as possible. You know? And we will do it. There you go, and we will do that. So this Christmas season, I want you to really start asking yourself, what do you really require in order to be who you really are? That means you'd have to be willing to listen to yourself. You'd have to be willing to listen to those passions that are inside of you. You'd have to be willing to listen to that thing inside of you calling you forth and saying, I'm here to be lived. Are you willing to live me? I am here to be expressed. Are you willing to express me in the most amazing way? Because that's what the universe requires of me. You know, on Facebook, they send those pictures going, this is what you said 10 years ago. Something came up, and it was me. It was a talk, one of the talks I gave, and it was about asking the universe what it wanted from me. And I just listened to it, and I sat there going, wow, so this was like 10 years ago. What does the universe want from me? And I changed it. I thought, what does the universe require from me? I'm going to leave you with that. So often I get so excited at the end of my talks, and I just go for the jugular in passion and excitement because I get so revved up. Get it? Revved up. But I'm not going to do that today. I really want to leave you with this question. What does the universe require from you? Because I'm here to tell you that whatever that is, it's actually what you require of yourself. Because there's only one thing going on, and that's God. And guess what? You're it. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you.